Jeff Jury is with us from HD Radio. We're at the radio show in Orlando, and Jeff, we are sitting in a car that is not the most expensive car on the lot, which is
right. This is a Toyota Corolla. It's about $22,000, so very affordable by mass market vehicle, and it's got a great HD radio implementation. It's got the HD2s, HD3s. It's got weather. It's got traffic services, so it's a great implementation all over the air with HD radio. And
I think one of the misperceptions is that HD radio only comes in high-end cars.
Yeah, that I've heard several people say that, and it's definitely not true. We're in a lot of Ford vehicles. We're coming in Chrysler vehicles. We're in Kia vehicles. We're in Hyundai. We're in Subaru. We're in Toyota vehicles. So there's quite a few vehicles under maybe $25,000 to get that have the HD radio capability and advanced services. So there's something for everyone. Clearly we're in the high-end vehicles, but we're also in many of the low-end vehicles also.
Great. So let's see what you're going to show us here. We're in Orlando, so I'm guessing we're going to see and hear some Orlando stations on the unit.
Yeah. So you've got I think this screen, which is again the Toyota Corolla. It's a great implementation because it's a split screen with 3 different feeds, let's call it. This all comes over the air. So you've got your HD radio, your traditional radio signal, 105.1 in this case. It's an HD2, and it lists the song and artist. But also, it's got weather for Orlando and current traffic in Orlando. And this is all being delivered over a Clear Channel radio station. It's a great implementation.
Now, one of the things that we hear a lot of talk about, especially here at the show, is album art. Is that something that you can show us or demonstrate for us?
Yeah, so I can show you album art. So because you've got this split screen here, you can only get so much data on there. But if you go back, in this case, there's an album art, and the image is going to come up in a second. But what you have here is, this is a screen where you're just showing all the radio stations that you've got as pre-selected, and then you can scroll through the different radio stations. So we can go back to the HD1. And you can see there's a blurred line. There's the logo for the station, and then there's coming up the album art for the Robin Thicke Blurred Line song playing on the HD1. So it's an example of where you can get the content for the HD radio stations, album art, or you can go back and you can get all the other advanced services that we had back there. Where we had the song artist, the traffic. And there's a number of different implementations you can do here. You can split the screen differently in this particular vehicle, where we'll go here, home screen, and it's saying, do you want audio, weather, and navigation? Or you can go back and just get audio and navigation, in which case you get the album art and you've got navigation. Again, all delivered over the air, an FM radio station, Clear Channel radio station, or you can go back and you get the split screen that we had before, where you have the weather and the radio station content, and also the traffic services. Great implementation. This is in Lexus vehicles here. We can show you at the show. It's in the Toyota vehicles. You also have something similar in the Mitsubishi vehicles that are out on the, you can purchase today. And then this type of capability you're going to see rolling out in other vehicles as we go forward.
Now, Jeff, a lot of the discussion lately in radio is about the dash. How important is it for radio stations to have HD radio when all of this convergence is taking place on the dashboard?
Well, we think it's essential. You just look at what you can do. If you look at the screen now and the fact that here's a case where it's already switched over, you've got Katy Perry on the next song, providing all that great content to the user. That's what they expect today. That's what they can get with if you have an app or an internet connection. That's what the consumer expects. They want to see the image. They want to have all this great additional information. So it's very important for the broadcaster to say, look, I can't stay in an analog world. I can't be static and just provide audio. I have to provide all this other great content so I can compete with the other options the consumer has. When the consumer gets in the vehicle, they're going to expect to see this type of content on the dash. In a world where everyone lives in a digital environment and everyone expects all that digital content, you don't want to be stuck in an analog world. You want to be able to compete on a digital platform, and HD radio gives you that for over-the-air broadcasting.
And it seems like the car manufacturers are almost promoting HD radio. They want more HD radio in the vehicles. Isn't that true?
Yeah, you're seeing just about every car manufacturer now has it. We've got the last several car manufacturers in the U.S. coming out with it. We're in 33 of the 36 brands now that offer vehicles in the United States, and the rest of them will be rolling out over the next year or so. And so you see the car industry embracing the idea of digital radio. And they see it as, again, they need to keep up, they need to be competitive, they know that the consumer wants all these great services. So in a certain way, some of the broadcasters are behind the car industry, because the car industry is moving forward, they're adopting this, yet there's still a number of broadcasters that haven't quite caught up with that digital revolution. And really to compete, to remain relevant, to have the same offering as the other radio station and an iPod connection or an app connection, you want to offer these new services for digital radio through HD radio technology.
And last question, what would you like to say to some of the broadcasters who are hesitant on getting involved in HD? Why should they now, and how easy is it for them?
Well, I think that, you know, for each broadcaster obviously has unique circumstances they have to deal with in their particular market. But you look at the fact that there's 15 million cars on the road with this technology and more product in the home coming. You look at the fact that the cost of implementation has come down on the station side, and you look at the fact that this is what's being expected of the radio station going forward. I think all broadcasters should take a look at what's going to take to do this conversion, and it creates new opportunities to potentially make money, to offer to sell your ad, sell your content in a different way in a digital world, and that's an opportunity. I think broadcasters shouldn't look at this as a cost, they should look at this as an opportunity. It's an opportunity to get on a digital platform, and it's an opportunity to do something different with your station and compete on a different level. And that's really how the broadcasters should be taking a look at HD radio technology and the move into the digital world.